Hey everybody, the quality is looking weird on the camera, but that's fine. Welcome again. Um, hey mom, if you're watching, thanks for coming in. It really brightens my day. And today I'm gonna take like a different shift of the usual tool I was building. So if you're not aware, the past few days I was building an app. I'm trying to like use a new framework, right, to build things that I believe are going to be more scalable, especially if you're building it with something like Lovable. And we are kind of developing and coding the systems or the pillars of features that the app will use, and then we're gonna put it together into the layout and UI that we want it to look like. But today, I spent some time this weekend like working on Rift, which is my software development agency website. So I usually develop and I'm like really skilled and quick building things in WordPress, Framer, and even Webflow and some other like UI website builders. But today I decided I wanted to use Lovable just to test how good it is at building websites. And I also, in the future, I plan to add like some interesting interactions to this website. So hopefully, Lovable and having like access to the source code and building it with a different tech stack than this rigid CMSs will be better for that. So yeah, let's try it out. Okay. So the first step I did, just to give you some context, I went to Figma, I mean Lovable, and they have like a Figma import button, which I've never used. And it turns out they use like a middleman called Builder.io to kind of import this to Lovable. I've never done this in Lovable. I gave them screenshots and even like the UI is built by myself, the front end built by myself, but I never feed them with Figma. So I want to see how good it gets it, especially since I think Builder.io gets most of the code. So I'm gonna click on Open in Lovable here. Yeah, it's going to request a Builder account, I believe. I'm gonna copy this to my other browser here, and then I'm going to create. Yeah, why not? I'm going to create an account real quick here. So yes, let's just use my handwriting and then the password. Yeah, why not? Gonna stop sharing real quick just to get the password. Mhm. There you go. The signer. Henry space authorize. Okay, now go back to the Figma plugin and it's really going to create like a lovable project from the ground. But let's see what it does. I'm curious. Also, I'm curious if it got, I don't think it got the fonts right. So I might need to import that manually. And it gave me a preview like before generating the first code, the first window you see here in the plugin. It asked me, I think it kind of developed the interface with AI and it came up with two proposals. And it asked me, like, hey, um, what do you, oh shit, this is weird. Okay. The designs were imported from builder.io and it showed me like, hey, here's the preview. This is because I didn't give it like a mobile version. It went like, this is how it's going to look on mobile, and it gave me two options. Do you prefer this one or this one? And I just chose the one that looked the more tidy, the tidiest, to be honest. But I still need to make a lot of manual changes to make it look exactly like the design I have here. So we're gonna wait for that to begin. We don't need any database, I believe. We might need one just because I want to get like CMS content in there at some point, and I want to test like how hard it would be to create your own CMS if you're like creating your own homepage, your own website. So that's cool. I want to try that. Bum, bum, bum. I don't know why my camera quality looks that bad today. I'm gonna try to reset. I think I made a mistake resetting. That's fine. I'll be back in a minute. The lovable is it's still spinning up, so yeah, that's that. Gonna stop my screen sharing for a bit just because. Yes, I'm back. Great, and now the quality looks better, so thank you. So yeah, we're still here waiting for the lovable to spin up. So let's give it a couple of seconds. And okay, this is actually pretty close to what we have so far. This is how it looks on mobile, which I appreciate. It has some mobile consideration, so that's fine. And I guess what we're gonna do from here is just try to get this as close as the design we have from the bottom up. So first thing I'm gonna do is upload the custom fonts I'm using. And for that, I'm going to transfer this project to GitHub, open my code editor here just to create a new project. Project, YouTube, I'm going to create one here called REST website. And then going to the terminal, I'm gonna grab this link that GitHub gave me and just paste git clone. Bam. Great. Now I don't know what stack it's using. Okay, it's using Vi, so I can just npm run dev. Oh, I can npm install. Okay, it's not using npm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset the project real quick just to make sure. Oh, it's because I'm in the wrong. Yeah, my bad. It's because I'm in the wrong folder here. I need to do this. There. Now if I do it, npm dev, npm install first. And now if I go to here, I should be able to see my website, shouldn't I? Yes, great. So this is the local version of our site right now. Again, we want to make it look more like this. So I'm kind of surprised it got this image, but it didn't got the other image. That's weird. I'm just going to inspect to make sure it's not loading anything there. Yeah, it is loading something. So it actually turned it like into a component. So that's weird. I think that's a weird way of. Oh no, it did get an image, but I think it got like the mask layer because this is a mask composed image. I can share after if you'd like the way I created that image if you're interested, because I built it with ChatGPT and a couple of tools, and I thought it gave me a really cool result after some patience. And okay, so this is the local version, and let's just upload the fonts, right? So I'm going to just upload them. First, I'm gonna look for them. So I have this tool called Typeface. I think the typography, it's Clover Grotesque and Clamp 105. So I'm gonna go Clover Grotesque. There you go. Open in Finder. I'm gonna copy them. Open a new tab here. YouTube website, and it's gonna create a fonts folder here. Bam. And the other one is Clamp 105. So I'm going to show you in Finder. I'm going to copy them all. I don't care. And then paste them. And now I'm gonna ask Cursor to help me register this typefaces. So I'm gonna ask him, hey, I just added fonts for my project in fonts, right? It's not picking up the folder, so I'm just gonna go into this and fonts. Can you help me register the fonts and not the typefaces office in CSS and Talent too, because we also Talent. Agent, I'm gonna choose about 3.7 and you just hit enter. It's scanning the project because this is the first time I've instructed to do something on it. That's normal for Cursor. Let me check your CSS file. Okay, font configurations. And after the font, I think I want to get what right? I think the color is right. I want to make this image appear, so I'm going to. Is there any asset folder in this project right now? Like I don't think I got it right. Source components. Why? Layout. Nope. Library. Oh yeah, I don't have any kind of asset here. So where am I picking this image from then? Like let me inspect this. Okay, it's actually using a CDN, so that means it uploaded the image to, I'm guessing something that the tool builder.io used. And as you can see now, the font is loading, so that's nice. It's using the as default the Clover Grotesque one, if I believe. But I think I missed another one. Yeah, I'm using also Aonic, so I forgot to give him that one. So what I'm gonna do is go to Cursor again. It's changing the directory of the fonts. That's right. I just created a placeholder folder. That's okay. You can do that. You know, you don't need to know where to place the things you gave in the AI. So images, assets mostly. If it's code, I recommend you tell the AI that it needs to suggest where to place it for better practice or something. But for the assets, fonts, images, it usually like rearranges itself the location of the folders and assets you're loading to make it workable. Let's create a simple font demonstration command of how to use the conference fonts. Okay, that's okay. I don't need a demonstration, but that's fine. Create font face, a lot of things. I'm gonna go ahead from now on. I'm just gonna accept this, and then I'm going to go to my font and search for Aonic, which was my missing font. Go here, and same process we did before, just this new font. Go to fonts here, right? No, it moved into public, yeah. So I'm gonna add this fonts there, and I'm going to mention help me add the Aonic font as well. Um, I just placed it on fonts. I'm going to drag and drop it from here. Oh no, why there? Fonts. On fonts. And make Aonic the default font for the project. Right now, I believe it's using Disk. You know what? I'm actually gonna go a step ahead, and I'm gonna instruct it to use the fonts correctly depending on what kind of element it is. So I'm gonna go and say also make this arrangement. Make a unit the default paragraph font for the project. Make clamp the default batch span label font for the project, and make a Clover grotesque the default H2 and H3. I think I just want H1 and H2 font for the project. Also, please make sure to explain how should I call them on any other tailing element. And I'm gonna hit enter. Bam. Let's see what it comes up with. Wow, I hit this. I don't know why it added like this Clover from family here, but that's okay. I also want to add like an inter. Okay, it's updating the things now. So this is Ionic. This is all Ionic. Now, okay, now this is Ionic and this is Clover. And maybe we'll get the clamp here. I don't know. I don't think we will. But that's all right. That's fine. The things it did. Download page, okay, ban from paragraph, font heading, and font batch. Okay, those are really good names to be honest, like font heading, font paragraph. And I'm going to accept all. I'm gonna go here, check it out. It added in the user templates here, that's fine. I'm just gonna go and tell him real quick to please, great job, but please remove the text demos out of the app screen. Because I don't want this to be here. And I actually That this is a weird layout, by the way. The fact that this square is showing right here, I need to make sure I understand what's going on here on this square. That doesn't look right. That doesn't look right. Okay, I'm gonna go to cursor, and if I accept this, it should go away now. Yep. Okay. So next thing is I'm going to update the logo and the image that belongs here. So I'm gonna go to Figma and I'm going to remove that radial border real quick. Yeah, I'm just gonna use this image. I'm going to make sure I'm selecting the right thing. Oh, okay, yeah, I forgot I locked this group. That might have something to do as well with the fact that also the mask group is really, hmm, it's still locked, yeah. Can I do this? Let me check if I use as a mask because I don't want. So if you see, I'm trying to select this asset right here, but for some reason, like the layer is kinda bigger, even though it's masked. I don't know why that is happening. I'm just gonna check how it looks like if I export it. So I'm gonna click on preview. Yeah, it's taking that extra space. So this is Figma in a nutshell. Like I don't know why it's giving me, even though it's inside this mask. I don't know why it's giving me the extra space there. To be honest. So what we're gonna do is just let me see if I copy this into a PNG. Yep, it's still big enough. I guess I'm just gonna try to mask it again. Yep. So I'm gonna go and draw a rectangle, add any color there, and then click on use mask. And I'm still getting it. Wow. Yeah, this shouldn't be happening to be honest. And if I export, yeah, this is just a simple rectangle, and I'm going to mask this real quick. Maybe can I? And this is all inside the mask too. So what the hell is going on with this? Yeah, this is so weird. Let me see how we can fix it. This is a mask group, right? And I don't want it to be masked anymore. So can I just click on mask, please? Remove mask. Yeah, there you go. And I'm going to edit this and then go and mask it again. And for some reason, the mask, I don't understand why the mask isn't considering like the. Ah, damn it. I don't know what's going on here, to be honest. I know if I do this, it's going to take the limits. Okay. Okay, I have an idea. So what we're gonna do is just duplicate this, turn this into a mask, and then I guess we can turn this into a mask as well. Yeah, there you go. All right, now we got the right shape. That's fine. That's great. And now I'm gonna click on export. Gonna 2x this. Do I want it as PNG? I think I do. Right. Although it's a transparent, yeah, I'm just gonna use a PNG. Hands, gonna name it hands right there, and then just gonna go ahead and export the logo here. I'm going to remove the shadow, and I'm going to try to export it as SVG because I like it more. Just logo, and I don't think we need any other assets, so that's fine. So what I'm gonna do is gonna head over to my project here, and let's begin with the Let's begin with the menu right here. So if I have this plugin Chrome extension called Ninja Font, I think, and it allows me to see what kind of font this they're using. So I know for the header menu, this is not a Ionic, it's actually the clamp. Yep, it's clamp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to recreate this section right here. And I'm going to add a couple of like notes just because with ChatGPT, I'm kind of surprised how you can, um, like how good it follows instructions when you just give it an image and kind of edit and make doodles on the image instruction what it needs to do, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to tell it uh, how I want the aspects of this header menu built. So I'm going to kind of obscure this real quick. Yeah, like this. And I'm going to use my screenshot tool to make the additions. It's called CleanShot if you're interested here. And now I'm gonna go and build a couple of variables here and just tell them this is a logo, this is something else, and this is this. So here I just gonna say this is the logo, just Rift logo.svg. We just save it like that. Move this here. Now this, what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to kind of build that square here and instruct it. I want, I'm not gonna be very descriptive. I'm just gonna like mention this is a glowing line which goes from left to right like a pulse. And then this is the rest of the menu. And it's just gonna mention that it's using clamp, or in better terms, instead of saying clamp, we're gonna use and say font. Oh yeah, yes, clamp. So we're gonna down this, gonna copy them, and then just gonna tell it, okay, help me make some improvements into the app.txx header menu. Make it look like the image attached. Make it look and work. And I'm going to create an assets folder here, assets, and I'm going to drop all the two things I just imported, which was the Rift logo and the hands image. Where is it? Hands, yeah, this one. Yeah, we're not gonna use the image for now, this one. So let's just go ahead and click here to see what it does. I didn't actually mention that I uploaded the Rift logo here, so let's see if he can pick that up automatically. That'd be good. Yeah, it's looking for a logo file. You can see it right there. It's gonna find it. That's so good. I like that. It found the logo, so let's update the navigation component to match the design on the image. Let's see what it comes up with. I forgot to mention maybe make sure it works for responsive, but I'm not gonna worry about responsive now because I might have very different plans to make it look different. So I'm gonna build the desktop version, and then I'm going to see how these components are going to behave on mobile version. It's getting the animation. I hope it gets it right because I really wasn't very descriptive with the animation. What I'm trying to do is like an effect like the lifeline things on the health monitors, right? Where you got a line that has like these light poles that it's like going through each pattern of the line. That's what I wanted to replicate. And I wasn't very descriptive, to be honest. So let's see if it gets got it right from the description I gave it from the image. Okay, final adjustment to a navigation component, and it's creating the routes for the other pages, right? Okay, let's see what it came up with now. Okay, great. You can see it got the effect right, I think. It used it, I didn't want to use it there. I actually wanted to use it here, like in the space that is between the logo and these elements. But that's okay. At least it got everything right. It also update the fonts. So this is using clamp. I believe this is using clamp too. I can't. Yeah, clamp. And yes, I'm just gonna make sure that the effect is where I want it to be, and it's purple. So I'm gonna mention that. That's great job. Just a few adjustments. I'm going to go again and just screenshot this, edit, and mention that this should be like here. And then add a blue line. And then add this line here for reference. Done. Copy. Go to cursor. Say just a few adjustment. The pulsing line should be purple instead of red. I'm gonna say the brand purple, so red. And it should be placed between the logo and the navigation elements in the nav bar, as the blue line indicates on this screenshot. That's gonna go with it. That's gonna roll with it. So it should add like the line up here. There you go. Now it's working good, except for the fact that this is um, use 100% for me, please. It's okay. And here it is, but here it's not. That's weird. Why is this space not being handled? Is this like getting bigger somehow? Yes, it is getting bigger somehow. Why? It's because of the. I think it's because of this pattern left right here. No, it's not that. Maybe the flex distribution? No. Oh, I think it was still making changes. Yeah, that's why. And it changed it to blue instead of purple. Like, I don't want it to be blue, man. I'm just gonna go and change it manually because um, I don't want to use any other credit on that. So just gonna go and search blue here to see what it's getting that thing from. Class name, yeah, this one. So I'm gonna go and say worker here, save it, and accept all the files it gave me, of course. And then if I go here, I should look at the. Okay, so the line is working. I like that. Next, I'm going to try to add the image. So I'm gonna go and gonna go to app the execs here and see where the image seems to be loading. Actually, yeah, this is not picking it up. It's picking up from main TXX, I think. Nope, nope. App TSX. Where is it? Custom software, like custom software. Hero section. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Hero section is fine, to be honest. And business software illustration, I'm just gonna go and reference. Please update this path to assets. What is it called? What was it called? Hands. PNG. Is it picking like? Again, it's public in there as well, right? If I'm not mistaken. Okay, it's using the image, right? But it's loading it incorrectly, like very incorrectly. I'm gonna take that width from it. It's gonna take like every. Every use portfolio. Why is it loading like that? Like, I wonder what kind of layout it's using. I'm gonna inspect it to see what kind of layout it's using. Right, so it's using the H1 here, that's fine. Then you got a div. You get a div where the div has another div for some reason. And then you get here the, okay, I think this is the problem right here. Or this one. Yeah, it's this one. It's using display columns, I believe. Yeah, I'm not sure why. So we should look into this column thing. Which I don't know what's using columns here. Flex, X column, yeah. Flex calls here, and we're gonna remove this flex call. Now what? I think I didn't remove it, to be honest. Flex call. Oh, here. That's right. On MD, it's okay, I think. Nope. Max MD full. Oh, I think it's because of this, right? Nope, still. Why does it have still the flex? Because of max MD, right? I'm going to remove every trace of call for now, just because I don't want the column right there. Wait, I do one actually, now that I think about it. Div, okay. This div right here is display flex direction column. Nope, okay. This is not what I'm picking right now. Look at a div, we have another div. Okay. Okay, I think it's this one. I think it's this one, right? Like flex scroll. I'm just gonna move this real quick to my side so I can like make changes and see how it's changing. This is kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. It's a bit messy as well. But I like the idea of having the custom code for the things, you know. To be honest, I could build this like from scratch, and I think that'd be better, to be honest. But I'm trying to understand why it's behaving like that. I'm actually going to do something. Yeah, going to do that just to make sure I understand what am I selecting right here. So it's fine. You're fine too, I guess. And who are you? Okay, it's you. It's you, the one that's using the call, right? And you too. There you go. That was the missing tag. Alrighty. Now that we have the three of them, I can just go ahead and wrap this better, maybe. Make it fit the image. Does it have any kind of property? I don't think so. And object cover, I think absolutely doesn't need to be here. Yep, that's right. And then I'm trying to understand the spacing here, like I'll go here. Max and D, margin left, this doesn't need any margin to be honest, so there you go. And I'm gonna tell it, I'm gonna ask the AI to add the very same effect of pulsing around the image border, right? Because that's how I plan it in the design, like this. Where is it? I think I I untoggle it, but I think I can describe it well enough. So I'm gonna just gonna close a lot of the things I have here, and I'm gonna open my chat, and I'm gonna say, great. Now help me add two things to this image. Two? No, just one. Help me add a pulsing effect similar to the one we did for the nav menu here. For the borders of the image. And more context, it should be a radial pattern of two glows that move around the border, following the borderline of the image itself. I think that's enough. Let's see what it comes up with that description. I hope it makes it purple by default and not blue, by the way. Let's see how it's looking so far. I think a lot of things are really, really big right now. That might be because of the resolution. So I like to try and make this all always fit into the at least a minimum user's viewport. So let's check. Now it's okay, updating the here section. I like to see the live changes of this. So I'm gonna take a quick peek look here, just see what it does. Okay, that's right. I mean the movement is right. It's just not picking up the border of the image. It looks more like a body right now. But it's still working, right? It's still working. So let's give it some time. Mm, yeah, make some changes, buddy. You need to make some changes to make this work all right. Right now, it's not what I want. Okay, it has the gap right now. I mean the borderline. And I'm gonna try to add the border on the image here again, just to make sure I can explain visually how I envision this. Because I believe it's not picking it up right. Just Control C right here until we got the border right. Ah, we don't. Yeah, we don't. We kind of disappeared there. Okay, so this is what it came up with. I don't like the fact that it enlarged the image, so we edited it. And also add the glows in parts where I wasn't envisioning it. Even though I'd say it was like really similar to this effect, right? So he got it kind of, he didn't get it very right. Mm, just gonna try to take a look at what it did in the code itself, or why the image is that big now. Main image container, it's object cover, or it's object fit. Yep, it's not fit. Okay. Maybe because of the height and width, right? If I go and set this. Yep. Okay, now the container is. That's because it added a container. So image container. Hi. Minimum height. I don't think we need minimum height, right? Do we? I mean, if we define it afterwards, yeah, sure. But shouldn't it be like automatic here? Nope. God damn it. I just want to be relative. Like, why is it relative, man? Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think it's a good idea to build a page like this, at least in with lovable, with a tool like lovable. So I'm gonna give up here just because the amount of work that this is taking, it's not worth it. It got the glowing effect on the line up there, right? So kudos for that. And but I believe that's something you can do with like custom code or scripts in any like website builder such as Framer, WordPress, Webflow. So for now, for me, it seems like this is not worth it. Like trying to replicate a custom design using Lovable. I even updated the UI using like the Figma integration, so it tried to get it pixel perfect. It got the colors very right, so um, I need to give it credit for that. So it got the colors right. Some of the spacing and even like the literal text is very right, but some of the spacing isn't right at all. It's because that's probably because the layers you had like on the Figma itself are not very polished, right? Like you get like this mask effect that was like overlapping with the rest of the text. Maybe if I fix that on the before importing that, it will give me a better layout. But nevertheless, I think the changes, the kind of changes that a website need, which is like moving this a bit lower, reducing the space, getting the two side layout right for the menu. I think those are things that you can build like in seconds, like that you will take more time explaining and going with lovable wasting credit or cursor wasting credits and try to fix it than if you just click point and do it yourself if you know anything about website layout with website builders, of course. So we're gonna stop right here. This was a very short session today. I feel like the hour went really, really fast. My conclusion for using Lovable. This is the first time again that I was using Lovable for creating custom websites. I think Lovable is great, and this is something I get from every kind of project, not only for website projects. Lovable is great at coming up with things that you don't have any idea or any specific reference of how you want it to look like. Or maybe you have an idea, but it's really fake. It's based on templates. It's based on base colors instead of pixel perfect details. So that means that it's not really good at replicating something that you have laid out with detail, right? Like this design, for example. Just because it's gonna take so much time to polish the small details that this needs to have in order to look exactly like the design. So I would recommend using Lovable when you have like a custom web design. Maybe just using it if you're gonna try to add like some kind of functionality that might be impossible or very difficult to build with a CMS, such as I don't know, effects, animations, right? Scroll animations. But even with that, I'd say you need some help building the layout and the entire animation, like website design. And then on top of that, you can use a tool like this to build the effects. Like I wouldn't recommend, and probably no one will build a good looking UI, kind of pixel perfect website from the ground just using Lovable or any other kind of AI tool to be completely fair with Lovable. So that's it. That's gonna be for today. Thank you for coming. I'm trying to do something different where now I'm gonna have a schedule and I'm gonna have like different activities for some of the days of the week. So Mondays you're probably gonna see me trying something new like this. And the rest of the weeks I'm planning other surprises as well, mostly related to the kind of things that you could build like in a session, just like today, or in a couple of days, or things that really good that are like really good looking that you can apply to any kind of novel project you're building. But I'm gonna leave that as a surprise so you can come again tomorrow and check it for yourself. That's gonna be it for me. Thank you so much for coming and staying here. If you stay the whole thing, make sure to check my YouTube channel. It's in the description of my X profile, and also you have the tags up below here, like floating around, so you can follow me on any social media. YouTube specifically because I'm uploading a lot of tutorials and guides on how to get started with pipe coding and Lovable. It's for beginners, so if you're looking to get into the path and make a business out of it, I highly recommend you to check the videos, subscribe, and show some support in there. See you. Thanks for coming again.